Hi, my name is Emily. This is the story of how I left my husband just after we started living together, and how I left him to raise our daughter alone, even though she was only a year and a half old. I never thought I'd be the kind of woman to walk away from a marriage. But life doesn't always go the way you plan. It twists and turns, and sometimes you have to make impossible choices. Jason and I met in college. He was charming, smart, and seemed like the perfect guy. We dated for 3 years, and everyone told us we were made for each other. I believed it too. We talked about our future, a house, kids, the usual. When we got married, I was 24 and he was 26. We had a small wedding, just close friends and family. We moved into a tiny apartment in the city. I was so happy, thinking our life was just beginning. But as soon as we started living together, things began to change. Jason was different at home. He was impatient, quick to anger over little things. The way I left dishes in the sink, the way I forgot to take out the trash, these tiny mistakes set him off. At first, I thought it was stress from work. He had a demanding job, and I tried to be understanding. But the tension grew. Our arguments became louder and more frequent. I remember one night, we fought over nothing and suddenly, he grabbed my arm too hard. I flinched and cried. That was the first time I realized this wasn't normal. Then I found out I was pregnant. I wanted to believe that everything would change once the baby came. That Jason would be a good father and husband. For a while, it seemed like he was trying. He smiled when I told him about the pregnancy. We painted the nursery together. I imagined our little family being happy. But the reality was far from that. After Lily was born, Jason became distant. He barely touched me, hardly spoke to me, except to tell me what to do. He said I was too emotional, and that I needed to get over it. I felt so alone. Caring for a newborn was hard enough without feeling like my husband didn't love me anymore. One night, I found him drinking alone in the living room. When I asked if he was okay, he snapped and said, "You don't know what it's like. You just want to complain all the time." His words cut deeper than any slap. I started hiding how bad things were from my family and friends. I didn't want anyone to know our marriage was falling apart. Lily was only a year old when I finally had enough. Jason had been drinking that night. We argued about something I can't even remember. He yelled, broke a glass, and when I tried to leave the room, he blocked the door. I was scared. That night, I packed a bag. I wrote a note that said I was leaving to protect myself and our daughter. I left Lily with Jason. I thought it was temporary. I thought Jason would change. But months went by, and I didn't come back. Living apart was harder than I imagined. I missed my daughter every single day. But the fear and pain of staying with Jason were worse. I started seeing someone new, a man who treated me like a person, who didn't yell or scare me. He helped me see I deserved better. Meanwhile, Jason was left alone with Lily. At first, he struggled. He had no idea how to be a single dad. He called me begging for advice, feeling overwhelmed. But something changed in him. He started to really focus on being a good father. He went to parenting classes, read books, and spent every moment he could with Lily. Lily thrived. She grew up surrounded by her father's love, even if her mother was distant. I visited sometimes, but my new life kept me busy. I told myself I was doing what was best for all of us. Then, on Lily's second birthday, everything blew up. Jason confronted me. He said I was abandoning my family, leaving him to do all the work, and not caring about our daughter. I told him I was scared and needed to protect myself. We argued until we barely recognized each other. The fight ended with Jason saying, "You made your choice. Now live with it." That was the last time I saw Lily as a baby. Over the years, I kept in touch with Jason. Sometimes, I sent gifts or cards to Lily, but the distance grew. I heard about Lily's milestones secondhand. First steps, first words, First day of preschool. Each moment a reminder of what I missed. When Lily turned 5, Jason told me she asked about me. He said, "She wants to know why you left." I didn't know what to say. Guilt overwhelmed me. But I also knew I had made the best choice I could at the time. Jason was a great dad. He gave Lily a safe, loving home. I had to accept that. Now, years later, I live in a different city. I have a new family, a new life. I still think about Jason and Lily every day. I wonder if Lily remembers me, if she even cares. The pain of walking away from my daughter still haunts me. But sometimes, love means letting go,